guys, it's me Tara coming to you from thecraftsergeant.com, and thanks for joining me for another video tutorial. I'm really excited because today we are going to create this cute little card here. Isn't it adorable? And what's really neat is that I actually cased this card out of our annual catalog, and it is really awesome in person, let me tell you. So we're going to use the Blow Out the Candle stamp set along with the coordinating dies. You can find this stamp set on page 77 of our annual catalog, as you can see here. And it is one of the stamp sets that you can buy in a bundle. So if you purchase both the stamp set along with the candles and confetti framelit dies, you can get this bundle 10% off. So you can save money on this set as well. So with that being said, let me go ahead and show you guys exactly how I created this card. Alright, so the first thing you're going to need to create this card is the stamp set and the coordinating dies. So you are going to need the Blow Out the Candle stamp set. As you can see here, there are 13 stamps that are fitting for a birthday. There's cake, there's candles, there's balloons, there's even a happy birthday sentiment. I think this is my favorite part about this stamp set is the sentiment alone. Let's see, what else can I tell you about this? This is a two-step stamp set, which means we are going to have to do some multiple layering on top of our image in order to color it in, and I'll show you what I mean in a moment. It is also photopolymer, which means it's clear. So when we go to start stamping, you are going to need your Stampin' Pierce mat for this. So that way you get a cleaner image when you're stamping in your ink, in your black ink. All right, so let's set that to the side. You're also going to need the coordinating dies. With that, that means you're going to need your Big Shot or some kind of die cutting machine that you have. And the neat thing about these dies is that there is a die for every image in this set. In addition to this really cute, I don't know if y'all can see that clear because it's in the envelope, but in addition to this really cute background die that cuts out confetti, and then there's a cool little tag cut out as well, so you can like thread ribbon through this, which is really neat. We actually did that in another card using this stamp set. Alright, so for cardstock, you are going to need the following. You're going to need a piece of Flirty Flamingo that measures 5.5 inches by 8.5 inches. It's scored at 4 1/4, so this is your standard A2 size card. You're going to need a piece of shimmer paper. Ooh, fancy. Usually I use Whisper White, but I'm using shimmer paper for this card. Reason being, I don't know if y'all can see this, it has a little dazzling going on, but the reason why we were using this type of cardstock is it's great for watercoloring. So we're going to do a watercolor wash, but so yeah, that's why we're using the shimmer paper for this. And this piece measures at 5 1/4 inches by 4 inches. I have a little sliver of shimmer paper, and it's 1/4 of an inch wide, but I'm not really quite sure what the length is because we're going to end up using our triple banner punch to cut out the ends to make it fit on our card. And this is for our sentiment. And then I used a piece of scrap shimmer paper in order to cut out this circle using our layering circle framelit dies, and this is what they look like. And that goes the same for the basic black cardstock that I used to cut out the scallop that we're going to put in the background of this. And the ones that I used are the biggest dies that we have. So it's this one here, and then there was this one here. So those are the ones that we're using on this card today. Alright, so we are going to be using a few inks for this. We're going to be using our Memento Tuxedo Black ink. We're going to use Daffodil Delight, Petal Pink, Flirty Flamingo, and Crushed Curry. We are going to be doing a watercolor wash in the Daffodil Delight, so I'll show you exactly how to do that technique in a moment. Alright, so then you're going to need, of course, we're going to need our bone folder. You're going to need some adhesive, so I'm using my, I don't know where the top is, but the Tombow liquid multi-purpose adhesive glue. We're going to need some mini dimensionals and our snail for adhesives. I'm using some of our iridescent, our brand new iridescent sequins. As you can see here, I'm using kind of like, they're like kind of like cream colored, but they come in a pack like this. You see that, and there's multiple colors in here. This one looks like it's kind of like light blue, and we have some soft seafoam and a kind of like peach pink. But this is the pack that it comes in. It comes with a variety of colors, but I'm using this particular one here. For our twine, we're going to use, I'm using some white baker's twine. In the image, it actually uses, in the image in our catalog, it uses the silver and petal pink baker's twine, but I don't have that in my stash. So I'm just going to color this white baker's twine with paper, with some of the petal pink ink, and then we're going to just use that. You're also going to need your aqua painter because, like I said, we're going to be doing a watercolor wash. And once again, as I mentioned earlier, you're going to need your triple banner punch in order for us to cut our flag out for our sentiment. Alright, so without further ado, now that you know what you're going to need to create the card, let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so let's go ahead and begin with our stamping. So I didn't forget to mention that you are going to need a scrap piece of shimmer paper. And this is just so you can stamp your birthday cake on, and we're going to cut it out with our paper snips. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to begin our stamping. So like I told you, this is considered a two-step stamp set. So what that means is we're going to create a complete image by layering different colors of ink. So the first we're going to start out with is our outline for our cake. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to ink up. Make sure it's inked up pretty good. We're going to ink up our cake here. Look how gorgeous that is. I love this cake. It's so cute. And then we're going to ink up our stand, but we're going to use the one with the outline. So I'm not sure if you guys can see the difference. So this one is a more solid image, and this is kind of like the one that has the lines on it. So that's the one we're going to use. So just be mindful as you're trying to stamp which image is which. So we're going to line this up. All right, perfect. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to do the second step of this process. So this is where we're going to take all of our solid images and we're going to color in, use them to color in our cake. And that's why it's considered a two-step stamp set. All right, so the first one we're going to do is we're going to do the petal pink, and we're going to color in the base of our cake. So we just stamped that in petal pink. Now we're going to stamp our stand in crushed curry. Then we're going to take our frosting and we're going to ink this up in Flirty Flamingo. And we're going to ink up our sentiment. Alright, so now we're going to do a watercolor wash on our background shimmer circle. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our ink pads. Now this is the old style ink pad and this is the new style ink pad, and they work exactly the same. I just haven't switched out all of my ink pads yet. But what you're going to do is you are going to squeeze your ink pad while it's closed. And this is one reason why I love the way Stampin' Up! Designed their ink pads, is because it's multi-purpose. You don't just stamp with them. You can use them as watercolor trays as well, so that way you don't have like a huge mess. So you're going to take that and we're going to put like a little bit of water in here, and we're going to pick up some of this ink in here, and we're going to just let that dry. So while that is drying, we're going to go ahead and we are going to cut out our cake. All right, just to make this this card a little bit better, as always, I have to add some Wink of Stella to this, guys. Y'all know me, I love sparkle. All right, so now that this is dry, so now the next thing we're going to do is we're actually going to take, we're going to take our piece of 5 of shimmer paper that measures 5 1/4 by 4 inches, and we are going to run it through our Big Shot using this piece here. And when we do that, we're going to line it up like so on both edges of the card to create that unique to create that unique look that you saw on the finished card. So I'm going to run this through my Big Shot real quick, and I will be right back. So here is the piece. This is what it looks like. So now it's time for us to begin assembling our card, because that's all that's left to do. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and we are going to attach our twine onto our card. Now, I could have wrapped the twine around before even adhering these pieces to my card front base, but I'm just wanting to tie a bow, so I'm going to kind of remix the catalog photo. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our Flirty Flamingo ink, and then I'm going to take some of our Baker's twine. So we're going to dye it using our ink, and then we're going to like give it a little bit of time to kind of dry. So how I did this was I just took the thread and I just laid it on top of my ink pen, and with a light pressure I rolled the thread in the ink with my finger like this. Okay, baby wipes will get this off your finger, so no worries. It will dye your finger a little bit, but it'll come off, I promise. So all I'm doing is I'm rolling this thread in the ink like this. So I'm dyeing it in the color Flirty Flamingo. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna tie a bow. And then we're going to take this and we're going to attach it right here to the side. It's not sticking like I want it to. Alright, so here is our card. Look how cute that is. It's so cute. And if you wanted to, you could put the happy birthday sentiment on the inside if you wanted to, with another piece of shimmer paper. But this is what this card looks like, and I really enjoyed creating this card. Hopefully you guys like it. So with that, if you like this video along with all of my other ones, be sure to subscribe to my channel. If you need the measurements and the PDF for this card, don't worry, I have all of that information linked down below in the description box. So other than that, that's all I got for you guys today. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to stamping with you next time.